Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York for tonight's contest between the visiting Oswego Buccaneers and the Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here, the voice of the Red Rams. As this contest is just about to be underway, it is senior night and by extension the final home game of the 2021-22 season. So we thank you for joining us here live on JDTV. We apologize for the wait. Apparently the Oswego bus got delayed earlier in the day, and then they had senior night here, and those, I kid you not, they handed me a 4-page script to read for that, so that took a little bit longer than expected. But we're here now, and this one's just about ready to be underway. It's Anaya Neal to receive the tip-off for JD. And she takes it away from Adriana Ellis, and we are underway. Maddie McKinney controlling for JD. Bella Sindoni back to McKinney. Red Rams starting all three seniors on the squad tonight. McKinney to Miriam Zogby, the other senior. Sindoni decides against the shot, going around the horn, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Durkin, and McKinney takes the shot. Wide right and rebounded by Adriana Ellis. Sindoni, Neal, and McKinney, not Neal, Sindoni, McKinney, and Zogby, the three seniors for JD. Neal is just a sophomore, actually, which makes it even more impressive that she made the starting lineup. And the ball gets away from the Buccaneers, and the Red Rams immediately scoop it up. Turnovers will be a major factor in tonight's contest. They always are, and the Red Rams have made very slow but steady progress in reducing their number of turnovers as the season has gone on, and it has served them well. McKinney has 10 seconds on the shot clock. Durkin. Zogby, Sindoni from the wing, overshoots it. And once again, that's Adriana Ellis underneath the basket to make things right. Now Ellis passes over to Cologne. Coming in is Sophia Babcock, taken away on the ground. And Riley Reynolds holds onto it for the jumper. Red Rams got a hand in there, as they often do. They are a high-stealing team. Andy Cologne, 3 people in the paint, taken out of her hand. Referees say there was some contact made on the way in, courtesy of JD. And a 30-second timeout has been taken now by JD. So why don't we take a quick look at what happened the last time these two teams played each other, and what could be a major factor in tonight's matchup. As these two teams played on the 27th, JD won 54-19. And as you can imagine, that field goal percentage right there was a major part of it. The turnover percentage as well, a nearly 20-point difference between the Red Rams and the Buccaneers. Red Rams also had 19 more rebounds. They had 13 second chance points compared to just 2 for the Bucs. And the Bucs barely got to the line, only going twice, though they did go 2 for 2 from the stripe. The Red Rams 10 for 15. And now the Bucs hoping to get their first points of the night off the hands of Sophia Babcock. It is not to be, as Macy Durkin gets the rebound. Durkin to Zogby, round to McKinney. Durkin into Neal, who has the height to make things happen. Bella Sindoni almost has the accuracy, but it rolls off. And physical play there from Ellis. Babcock being kept outside. And Durkin deflects the pass, goes right into her hands, catches that fly ball and takes it across half court. Durkin will not benefit from the fast break. She will slow it down instead. Durkin, a real playmaker on this Red Rams squad. And a travel is called, to the sarcastic delight of the crowd. Now Cologne to Ellis. That's Reynolds. Reynolds almost has it poked away by Neal. Instead, it just rolls out of bounds. And they do say that Oswego got the last touch on it, so it's a Red Ram ball. Don't forget, everybody, we have a comment section here at JDTV, and we are looking at it as this game progresses. So let us know if you have any thoughts on tonight's game, and if we like what you say, we might even read it out on the air. Durkin snatches it away and puts up the first 2 points of the night. A very impressive bucket for Macy Durkin. The Red Rams student section, the flock, in full force here tonight. Babcock passes right to the waiting Miriam Zogby. Off the glass and rebounded by Ellis. You know, it's actually Allison Bruns for Oswego who's listed as a center. But Ellis seems to be taking up that slot here tonight. And yet another steal for Macy Durkin. Clear skies ahead. And the layup rattles in. Timeout called by Oswego. Macy Durkin's been a little bit streaky this season. She is on the rebound from a downturn of sorts where she was only putting up a couple points per game. She averages 4.8 right now, which is almost equal to all 4 of the Red Rams' points so far. But what really makes her stand out is on the value point system, the VPS, which kind of measures a player's overall value. Not just from points, but things like steals, assists, turnovers, etc. Macy Durkin has by far the highest one on this team at 1.49. 1 is average. Now Cologne to Babcock. Tries to find Ellis. Double teamed in the paint, swings it out to Cologne. Three-pointer taken at the peak and rebounded by Durkin. No chance. Durkin with a fancy little crossover dribble. She can afford to feel a little bit confident with the way she's playing so far tonight. Durkin passes to Zogby. Zogby has time, and the three-pointer rattles off, rebounded by Durkin. Resets the shot clock. Durkin at the top. Pass nearly taken away from McKinney. And Ellis is successful at poking it out. Little bit of larceny. Hands it to Sophia Babcock. On the ground to Ellis. Babcock into Bruns. And the shot from the corner hits the top of the backboard. You don't see that very often. Durkin on the ground to Neal, puts up 2. Anaya Neal is so dangerous on the inside. Someone better tell the scoreboard operator in the gym that there's 2 extra points they should put on the board. Make that 3. As the first points of the night go to Sophia Babcock. The one thing that Oswego does have on JD is they are better three-point shooters. And Anaya Neal fighting underneath the basket. Jump ball. Let's take a look at her point, though. That layup coming off the fast break. Macy Durkin. 1 bounce to Neal. Pass into Bella Sindoni. Sindoni tripped up, keeps control of the ball. Bounce pass to McKinney. Ava Sandroni back into this game now. Well, in this game for the first time. It's the first time all season she hasn't been in the starting lineup thanks to senior night. The freshman has really been lighting up the court for JD. Zogby strolls in off the backboard. And this time it's Riley Reynolds who gets the rebound. She's scoring 5 points per game for the Bucks. Pass tip by Durkin, kept in by Babcock. Pass to Cologne. Durkin tips another. She is just a brick wall in the paint right now. Cologne on the run, off the mark. Sindoni with a rebound, hands it to Zogby, and Sandroni will set something up by giving it to Durkin. Zogby, McKinney. Now that's Sindoni, who cannot come in, double teamed. Goes through the legs of Miriam Zogby. Bucknered it for a moment. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Desperation shot taken and airballed by Maddie McKinney, who cannot believe her luck so far. She's trying hard, but the shots just have not been hitting. Cologne to Babcock for free. She cannot tie it up. Now everyone's tied up in the paint, but Durkin comes up with it, and a fancy dribble. Razzle-dazzle. 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Durkin, Sindoni. Ava Sandroni has 7 seconds. McKinney cornered, intercepted by Cologne. Hesitation, 3 seconds left. Desperation three on the run, off to the left, and that is the end of the first quarter. Considering the final score of the last time these two teams faced, it might be possible to say that this game is more competitive than we thought it might be. It is currently 6-3, though the Red Rams are in the lead. Coach just had to grab a chair for head coach Keith Saplicki there to talk to his players. Now, of course, a big storyline throughout this entire season has been the fact that Coach Saplicki had to come in as a last-minute replacement for Kurt Sweeney, who stepped back as head varsity girls coach midway through the season. But Saplicki has certainly stepped up to the task. He is 5-2 with his team so far, a .714 win percentage. That's 5-2 out of a total record for the Red Rams of 10-6, so clearly he knows what he's doing. And of course he knows what he's doing, because if you've joined us for any game before, then you would know that Coach Keith Saplicki used to be the head women's coach at the University of Vermont and Syracuse University, and has a nearly .600 win percentage at the collegiate level, as well as being a 1987 NBA draft pick. He was a shooting guard picked by the Los Angeles Lakers, although, to be honest, it was probably the right move that he didn't go to the NBA, considering he would have been playing behind Magic Johnson. Can't imagine he would have had much playing time. One of the greatest to ever do it. Anaya Neal, Sandroni, Durkin, Neal, Sandroni. On the top of your screen, floater doesn't float enough. Magic Johnson, certainly one of my favorite basketball players of all time. Let us know who yours is in the comments. Ellis trying to charge in, nearly has this ball taken away, does so. That's Victoria Payne coming in clutch. Durkin to Payne. Sandroni, Sindoni. Durkin, Payne, Sandroni. Durkin. The Bucks are using a 2-3 zone, as many teams do, and Sindoni hits the rim. Babcock backs off. The Oswego Buccaneers have had a rough go of it this season. Their record is 3-11, and 2 of those wins came against Class C teams. Davis Sandroni comes up with the ball. Neal Sindoni thinking about a shot, can't. And a timeout called by the Red Rams. A 30-second timeout. And clearly Coach Saplicki not happy with the playmaking of the Red Rams here. You know, someone once described Coach Saplicki to us as very much a coach whose philosophy is to let him play. He doesn't want to get too in-depth with the strategizing unless he sees a problem, which he clearly did right there. For the most part, if he recognizes talent, he'll just let it develop, let them do what they will until guidance is necessary. But clearly they needed to be pointed in the correct direction here. Now Macy Durkin gets the ball, and we are back underway. Payne, Sandroni round the horn to Durkin. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Poked out of Sandroni's hands before she could go for the give-and-go jumper. And now, Macy Durkin will pass it in bounds. Looked like they thought about giving her a free throw for a moment. The first foul of the game for Adriana Ellis. Durkin into Neal, who sets her feet and sinks two. Anaya Neal up to 4 points tonight. It's been entirely Anaya Neal and Macy Durkin on the attack for the Red Rams so far. Off the side of the backboard for Oswego and rebounded by Sandroni. Durkin forward to Neal, who really looked like she rolled her ankle there. She's lucky that she didn't get hurt. Ellis hanging out beyond the arc. Another pass tip by Macy Durkin. She is racking those up tonight. Her deflection stat's going to be off the charts. 6 seconds. And Payne takes it away. Reaches out a long limb and brings it down. And Cologne pokes it out. Good drive to the basket by Payne, though. And now a timeout called by Oswego. A full timeout. Let's take a look at how these two teams are doing this season. Now, I think the point difference is pretty telling between these two teams. 42.4 points scored for the Red Rams, 35 for the Buccaneers. But here is the big difference. The Buccaneers surrender about 7 more points than the Red Rams do. And I just accidentally, well, it almost looks like me, what I just drew. You know, I once joked that in order to draw me, all you need is just to draw a pair of rectangular glasses, and then you could put that on anything, and it looks like me. So I guess I just drew a self-portrait here. And now to ruin that, here's going to be the big difference maker for the Buccaneers, is this 3-point number. They put up an average of 2 more per game than the Red Rams do, and if they want to succeed in this contest, they are going to have to be comfortable beyond the arc. The Red Rams, though, besides putting up many more 2-pointers, they also go to the line a lot more, which is sometimes an underrated skill by some coaches. It's very important to be able to draw fouls. And the Red Rams are certainly able to. Quickly in and overshot. That was Kat DeForest with the attempt. Now going to the line is Anaya Neal, who is shooting 65.4 from the charity stripe this season. Makes her first. Second one rattles off, though. 1 for 2 is not the worst start in the world. And it looks like something's going on with Ava Sandroni on the sidelines. The trainer's getting involved. And time is stopped so she can get some attention, and they will sub in. I believe that's Miriam Zogby. Yes. She might have gotten hit in the nose based on how they're attending to her on the sideline right now. We'll keep you posted with what's going on there. The crowd trying a very premature shot clock countdown. It's like 15 seconds in advance. That's not going to fool anybody. Neal nearly trips. Payne, Zogby, Durkin, Zogby, Payne. And Neal is able to clear the way for her. Victoria Payne puts up her first 2 of the night. Yeah, you can't count down to 6 when there's 20 seconds on the shot clock. I'm sorry, but that just doesn't work. You gotta start it when there's like 10 seconds on the clock. That's when you say 5. Like, a player just inherently knows that if they've got a 30-second shot clock and people are counting 10 when they just got the ball, they're just going to ignore that. That's not effective. The crowd really needs to step up their cheering game here. The long three-point attempt from Cologne is unsuccessful. Neal, Durkin, Payne. Reverse action doesn't work. Rebounded by Cologne. Ava Sandroni still getting help on the sidelines. I wish I could bring up the play on which it happened, but I believe that she got elbowed in the face. Long three-pointer from Babcock doesn't work. At least based on the fact that it looks like there's gauze and other cleaning materials being applied to Sandroni's nose right now by the athletic trainer. Allie Ballatin, I believe, is our athletic trainer. Durkin passes out. Zogby has plenty of time. Top of the arc, rattles out. Durkin with the rebound. Durkin catches iron. Rebounded by Reynolds. Sandroni's now sitting down on the bleacher with the trainer. She has her mask down. You know, we saw, I can't believe it's so long ago. It's almost 18 years ago now, but in the 2004 World Series, we saw Kurt Schilling playing with a bloody sock. Could we see Ava Sandroni playing with a bloody mask tonight? 2004 was 18 years ago. I am so old. And Babcock, I don't know the last time I saw a ball take that bounce. It went out of the rim and then over the back of the backboard. Physics are crazy in the JD gym tonight. Three-pointer from the corner. And that is all Maddie McKinney. Cologne round to Babcock, gets through 2. Hook shot up and rebounded by Sindoni. Now Neal getting physical in the paint. Referee wasn't happy with that. Was it a charge? Yes, it was. Guess Babcock set her feet. But Anaya Neal, who is 5'10" and just a sophomore, she was just about ready to steamroll her. And now Victoria Payne off to the races. Bringing her total tonight to 4 points. Now Cologne to Bruns, who hasn't gotten many touches tonight. Reynolds spins around, puts it up on a prayer. Bruns tried to save it from going out of bounds. And you can probably hear just how loud it is in the gym. We've sometimes nicknamed this place the Cacophonous Cottage, in relation, of course, to the Loud House being the Carrier Dome. And the fact that JD has traditionally been something of a feeder program for the Orange. Zogby fights off that rebound. Coaches love to see a bit of physical play like that. Sindoni wide left. Sindoni loves to shoot from three, but sometimes she just needs to take a little bit more time with those looks. Babcock, Ellis, wild swing and a miss. Less than a minute remaining in the first half. Cologne now, Babcock on the run. That was nice. Credit to Sophia Babcock with her 5th point of the night. Zogby hits Payne. Round back to Zogby, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Payne bouncer to Sindoni, decides against a three. Instead, Zogby will take one. It's right on the money. Seven seconds left in the first half. Bruns, desperation three. And that hit the shot clock timer up there. And thus ends the first half. The Red Rams taking a commanding lead over the Oswego Buccaneers, 19-5. As the Bucs are going to have to go to the locker room and say, man, how do we beat this? They only put up 19 against the Red Rams in the first time they met, and now they're poised to put up even less. On track to only score 10 tonight. Only one way to find out how many they do end up scoring, though, and that's sticking around right here on JDTV. My name is Sam Gelfand, the voice of the Red Rams, and I will see you back here in 10 minutes.
We have volunteer coaches. I want to thank our volunteer coaches that are working with our kids each week. And we have a volunteer board of directors, so thank you for our GEYA Youth Athletic Organization.
Oswego versus JD Girls. Can you update me on the game? Is it coming up?
Girls, if you would like to be involved in our tunnel, you want to form two lines so when the varsity team comes out, you can give them all a high five. Go ahead, we'll get a tunnel started over here.
These two things right here. So they're omnidirectional, so it's not pointed forward, it's pointed around.
Can I get this shot? Is it worth moving this up to not get the railing or just not get the shot?
If you want to like lean it a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. Also to get rid of this.
Kind of hold it up, you know?
These are the sacrifices we have to make.
That's right.
You remember the shot of me at Liverpool trying to get the free throw?
No.
Well, actually, I found a second angle. I got two angles of it now. This is when I was filming for the story I did on Crescent Jumper. And I was on the other side of the court. I needed a shot of him taking a break. I was on the other side of the court, and this was me. Ready?
Look at that.
The slide. Where's the other angle? Hold on.
Who took that video?
That was on our photo when I found that. This is Liverpool's video. And the caps.
Is that what you just put that on Snapchat?
Or
you did? Okay.
Do what you have to do to get a shot. It's something that they teach you. Like, it doesn't matter how you look now, it matters how your shot looks later.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jamesville-DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, New York, for the start of the second half in this contest between the JD Red Rams and the Oswego Buccaneers. We are now underway with quarter number 3, and it's Macy Durkin who gets first touch, as seems to be tradition. Zogby. Now McKinney, who had an incredible three-pointer to end the first half. We'll show it if we get the chance. And she is not 2 for 2 as that goes out. Take a moment to look at it again. Just a gorgeous arc on that shot. And speaking of threes, how about another one for Sophia Babcock? She's up to 8 points so far. She averages 12.6 per game. Pass in, then out. Bella Sindoni for 3, off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ellis. Cologne into Babcock, and this one is too wide right. Durkin with the rebound. Spins around and catches iron. Otherwise, that would have been a highlight reel play. On the run, it's Babcock, rattles off Sintoni with a rebound. Durkin now brings it across. Backwards to Zogby. No. And the first 2 minutes of the third quarter have been much ado about nothing so far. Bruns, cornered, double team, gets out of that predicament. And McKinney forces the jump ball. Inbounded now and sent off the rim. Seems to be a common trend here. As Macy Durkin stops, thinks, gives it to McKinney, back to Durkin, sets a play. Round to Zogby, 12 seconds on the clock. Triple teamed in the corner. Over her head, backwards, no look. And Anaya Neal puts the cherry on top of that sundae. Look at the resourcefulness from Miriam Zogby. She didn't even have a sight line. She just threw it directly over her head to Anaya Neal. That was so impressive. And Neal makes the end one. She has 8 points. Cologne. Babcock now. 15 seconds left. Pass deflected. Riley Reynolds shot, rattles off and goes out. And now here's Durkin. And of note, in front of the table now, to be subbed in is Ava Sandroni, who missed most of the second quarter, if not all of it, due to an apparent nose injury. And Anaya Neal gets the putbacker. 10 points for her. Timeout called by Oswego. The Red Rams are such an efficient offensive machine when they really get going. And speaking of, why don't we take a look at the Red Rams score report. This is a heat map of JD's field goal percentage throughout this season. The darker the color is, the better they're shooting from that area. And interestingly, the Red Rams have... There's Mr. Goodson not knowing how to disconnect his phone once again, as always. It's become a staple of these streams. The Red Rams have employed this top of the key three-pointer as a key part of their strategy, and it's really been paying dividends this season. They also seem to do much better from the wings. You can see these two corners right here as well. Of course, every team shoots best underneath the basket. But aside from maybe 2 points on that chart, there really aren't any obvious weak spots for the Red Rams shooting, which is something that they must be very happy about. And we are underway. Cologne now, top of your screen, down to Bruns. Back to Cologne. Into Reynolds, who got through, but she does not have the accuracy, no shot. So Babcock will have to pass it in now for the Bucks. Babcock blocked by Miriam Zogby. Bruns gets the end one. She averages 6.7 per game. This is her first two tonight. Durkin. Quick pass to Payne, back to Durkin. Round to Sandroni. Great to see her back in the game. Through the hands of Neal. Payne, though, backed her up. The cutoff man, essentially. Sandroni from the corner. And the one thing that the Red Rams have missed this entire game was a single point from Ava Sandroni. Not anymore. Sandroni averages 10 per game, and she really has such a bright future. Not just on this Red Rams squad, she's just a freshman leading this team in scoring. I would not be surprised if we check in 3 years later and find out she's going D1. Almost had two more, but put back in by Victoria Payne. Payne, meanwhile, is 6 tonight. Yeah, I'm calling it now. Ava Sandroni, future D1 player. Travel, says the referee. And this crowd continuing to find energy in reserves I didn't know human beings had. Maybe I just need to get better sleep. Sandroni to Crazy Hobaika, her first action tonight. Durkin can't get much further in. Payne with the layup, her 8th point of the night. Don't forget, we have a comment section here at JDTV, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to share your thoughts on tonight's game, and if we like what you say, we might even read it out on the air. We love a good little bit of audience interaction. As the Red Rams are currently leading by almost 20 points. I believe another balloon just popped. And a timeout taken by Coach Saplicki. Both of these teams unafraid to use timeouts in this contest, even though it's not particularly close. And by not particularly close, I mean the Red Rams are up by 19, and this gulf just keeps growing. In fact, the Red Rams were up significantly at halftime without their leading scorer on the court. Ava Sandroni dealing with that apparent facial injury. Once again, though, the Buccaneers 3-11 on this season. Those wins came on December 29th versus Onondaga, who is Class C, Central Square on January 25th. And just last night against Pulaski, who is also Class C. Did have an impressive showing against the Blue Devils, though. You know there's multiple teams in Section 3 called the Blue Devils? Dolgeville, I believe, as well. And Camden. Blue Devils is such a niche mascot. It's kind of amazing that there's 3 of them. Then again, there are about I believe exactly 100 teams in Section 3. But still, 3% of Section 3 is called the Blue Devils by that metric. And like 20% of it has red and white of their colors. JD included. I don't know how many athletic directors are watching this, but I must encourage you. Unique nicknames are great. You know, there's so many teams who are the Eagles, the Tigers, etc. But then you get teams like Alexandria Bay who are the Ghosts, or Herkimer is the Magicians. They're the only team I've ever heard called the Magicians. I think that one's really cool. Shot by Riley Reynolds off the mark. If you know of any really cool team names, Section 3 or otherwise, let us know in the comments section. That'll be our little diversion for the night. Andy Colon for 3. Rebounded by Hobaika. Trying to think of what some of the other coolest team names I know of are. Well, one thing's for sure, and that's that Anaya Neal is perpetually cool in the paint. 12 points for her tonight. Her career high is 13, so she's closing in on history. Just a sophomore, so good. Ball gets away from everybody. Sandroni got hands on it first, but it's a jump ball. Thank you to Plaz, whoever that is in the comments, for being much more energetic than I could have ever expected you to be. Ava Sandroni to Macy Durkin. And Sandroni turns the ball over. Not something we see from her too often. Just an 18.5 turnover percentage for her. 10 seconds left in quarter number 3. While this is the final home game of the regular season, don't forget with the change in playoff structures, this may not be the last we see of the Red Rams girls basketball this season, as Macy Durkin just barely misses that buzzer beater 3-pointer. And that is the end of quarter number 3. The Red Rams currently lead by 21 over the Oswego Buccaneers, who are currently sailing in the doldrums right now. 6 points, though, in quarter number 3. They only had 5 in the first half. That takes so much trust to do. Cheerleading is very dangerous. Hats off to anyone who does it. You would not find me taking risks like being a cheerleader. Don't put me up top. The only time I ever went that high in the air was on my bar mitzvah. And they nearly dropped me. They hoisted me in the chair, and they nearly dropped me. This is 100% true. Now, it's not to say that the Buccaneers dropped the ball in this contest. They, frankly, never really had it to begin with. They knew they were fighting an uphill battle as soon as this game began. Don't believe the Buccaneers have ever beaten the Red Rams before, which is a common thread with many teams in Section 3, actually. Sindoni almost had another. And by another, I mean her first. She's taken so many threes tonight, but she hasn't made any of them, which is incredible because her three-point percentage is 30%. So you'd think that she'd have at least one more. The strange uppercut on a prayer shot there from Riley Reynolds. What if when teams won championships, they hoisted up the coach in a chair like a bar mitzvah? I think that could be a fun alternative to a Gatorade shower. Or better yet, you give them the Gatorade shower as they're up in the air. Though they might fall down, actually. So maybe on the return to earth. If anyone else has any bar mitzvah horror stories, let us know in the comments. Alexandria Woodward there with her first touches of the night. Ellis gets two. Ellis had been kept quiet until there. 32-13. Obaika to Sadie Withers. And how about Grace Obaika? (35-13) now. Just under 6 minutes left in this contest. I wouldn't be expecting many timeouts for the rest of this game. Now, as this game is beginning to wind down and another balloon pops, change in atmospheric pressure maybe inside, maybe they blew them up outside. It's not like we're up a mountain or something, but as this game is winding down, I was trying to say we do have a very exciting announcement, which I believe has been actually shared on Twitter by now because I planned the post in advance. But for the first time ever, this Saturday, JDTV will for the first time be bringing you competition which does not involve JD. That's right. Jamesville-DeWitt is hosting the Winter Girls Volleyball Sectionals. And the streaming responsibilities have fallen to us, so we will be bringing you volleyball sectional championships all day long Friday. First one starting at 10 a.m., should wrap up sometime around 6 p.m., so if you're feeling like a volleyball marathon, just tune in to this channel right here. We'll be bringing you the championships from Class A, B, C, and D. And the semifinal games are going on as we speak right now. As there's a three-pointer for Sophia Babcock, up to 11 points. So in an hour or so, we'll know who's playing on Saturday. But you're not going to want to miss it. The links to those games are already on the channel, so if you have family who wants to watch, you can already tell them where it's going to be. And Hobajka sets a new career high with 6 points. Hobajka Jr. could be thinking about a starting spot if she keeps playing like this for the rest of the season. But it is so exciting to be able to bring you sectional action again here on this channel as Withers hits a three as well. And the Red Rams are piling it on. That might be Miriam Zogby coming off for the final time at home. That's all three seniors coming off for the final time at home. And a standing ovation from this crowd. Well deserved. But it's so great to bring you sectional action here again. The last time we got to do so was for the Class C lacrosse sectionals, which was an incredible game between JD and CBA. We also got to bring you the Class A softball championships that same day. But luckily for us, the NFHS network has a gap in their coverage on Saturday. They couldn't have anyone to cover it, so it'll be us. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your brother, your grandma. Tell the attendant at the gas station that you go to. When you say fill her up, tell them that JD TV is bringing you playoff volleyball action on Saturday. Games are at 10, 12, 2, and 4. And it is 41-16. And a timeout is taken. While we're plugging stuff, there's more to plug, as tomorrow night, you are not going to want to miss it, JD boys basketball versus East Syracuse Manoa, one of the hottest rivalries in Section 3, will be renewed for the Hoops for Courage game, the annual charity basketball game played between these two teams. The last time we had a Hoops for Courage game was February 2020. In which ESM won with a last-minute free throw. Won by 1 point, a dramatic ending, so you are not going to want to miss tomorrow's contest. It's going to be a great one between two high-class Class A teams. The Red Rams boys team on a hot streak right now. They are currently all-state honorable mentions, as they have remained for about a month as well, so they're really rolling. It's not often that you see a team with a record of 10-5 be an all-state honorable mention, but that's because I believe 4 of those 5 losses came against Class AA teams, and the remaining one was against Poughkeepsie, who's a out of section and a very formidable opponent. So within Section 3, Red Rams currently undefeated. Withers with the steal. In fact, some might say that for the sectional championships in boys basketball, it may come down to JD and New Hartford, which will be a great contest. Hope we can bring you that. Also because I've been crunching the numbers, and I'm just saying, I think that New Hartford might not be as good as you think they are. Not to say they're not a phenomenal basketball team. I mean, Zach Filipkowski is tearing it up on the hardwood right now. I'm just saying, you go back and see who they've played their games against this season, and almost every team they've played has a record at or below 500. I'm just saying the strength of schedule is not there for New Hartford. Not that they're not great, just that the quality of opponents hasn't been where it has been for JD, who have played many Class AA teams, even beat one of them. But that's my little conspiracy theory. Red Rams currently leading by over 20, with 1:20 remaining in the contest. And how about a three for Paige Baker? And the bench loves it so much, Aniel slipped. Baker just tied a career high as well there. 50 seconds left. And how about a three for Sadie Withers, her second of the night. Now, the last time that JD and Oswego played, the final score is 54-19. This one's going to resemble that. Backcourt violation. 11 and a half seconds left, and I think it's fair to say this one's in the books. Don't think Oswego can score 30 in 11 and a half seconds. Though if they could, I would be amazed. I would love to see that. They're throwing balloons in the crowd now as the Red Rams will wait this one out. And on senior night, that's all she wrote. The Jamesville-DeWitt Red Rams prevail by 29 on senior night, defeating the Oswego Buccaneers 47-18. In what was actually initially a rather competitive contest, but second half came around and it all got out of hand. So depending on the structure of sectional playoffs, this may do it for the girls basketball season on JD TV this year. We hope that we'll be able to bring you some more playoff basketball, but if not, we thank you for joining us for girls basketball competition this entire season. Now, don't forget, tomorrow night, Hoops for Courage game, JD ESM boys basketball, going to be a barn burner. Then, of course, on Friday, JD boys versus Auburn, and on Saturday, the Winter Volleyball Sectional Championship. So join us for those. But until then, my name is Sam Gelfand. On behalf of everyone here at JD TV and Section 3 Athletics, have a very good night wherever you may be.